Morning N6. I am going to give you a short recap on the PMT and the IPMT formulas. You will see that I have also added here at the bottom in line number 8, PPMT, which is the principal amount. This only means it's the original amount that I will be paying per month, but this is without the interest. Right. I will show you exactly how that works as well. Here at the top in the green section, you have the loan amount. So how much am I borrowing? I have 6 years, meaning how long am I going to do this? And then the interest rate as to which this loan is interested at. And then you also will have your period, which they will usually specify a 5 or a 6. And this can be yearly or quarterly, depending on the question. Right, so on your right hand side in the yellow, you will see that I want to calculate the monthly payment on this loan. So I'm going to click and I'm going to start with equal PMT, open bracket. You will see the first thing that they need is the rate. So I'm going to click on the 6%. Remember what I said in class? If it only says 6% interest and there's no indication if this is yearly or monthly, we assume that this is yearly and therefore I will need to divide by 12 because I want the monthly payment, not the yearly payment. So I divide by 12, comma. For how long am I doing this? 6 years. Because this is in year form and I want it in monthly form, I need to multiply with 12. Why do I multiply with 12? Because there's 12 months in a year and I'm doing this for 6 years. Comma. Then you will remember I said in class they want to know how much am I borrowing, which is the 50,000. If you then only click on the 50,000 and you press enter, you will see that you are going to get a negative answer, which we do not like. So, as I have stated in class, what I usually like to do is, because a loan is a negative thing for me, I will type in a negative sign and then click on the 50,000. If I then press enter, it will give me a positive amount, meaning it just looks better on a spreadsheet. So, it is not wrong if it does give you the minus, not a problem at all, but like I said, it just looks better when we are doing a spreadsheet. Right, so that's your monthly payment. So I do my PMT, I take my interest, divide by 12, I take the time period, meaning how long am I going to pay this loan, times 12, because there's 12 months in a year. I put my negative sign because a loan is a negative thing for me. I do not like to borrow money, and then click on the amount, and the payment that you will make per month is then 828 rand and 64 cents. Then the next one, they want to know from that amount how much of that is interest in a certain period. Right, so I'm going to start with equal IPMT, open bracket. Again, interest rate, I'm going to say 6%. Again, divide by 12 because we are talking about monthly. Okay, so divide by 12. The only difference here now is they want to know the period, which I will then click on 5. Or, like I said in class, we actually type it in. It just depends on, you know, did they give it to you on the spreadsheet or did they give it to you on paper? Right, so just note that small little thing that changed. Right, so I put in what is the period, then I say comma, for how long am I doing this? For 6 years. Again, I have to say times 12 because there's 12 months in a year, comma, I'm taking out a loan which is negative for me, so I type in a negative sign and I click on the 50,000. And your answer is going to be 238.34. Right. I'm quickly going to skip the quarterly because I want to talk about the PPMT as we do have the monthly payment and the monthly interest. So when we calculate PPMT, it works exactly the same. So I'm going to start with equal PPMT, open bracket. You will see again they ask me what is the rate. So I'm going to click on 6%. Again, remember 6% is for the year, so I need to divide by 12, comma. Again, they ask me the period. I'm going to click on 5, or like I said in class, we type it in. Then, how long do I have to do this monthly payments? I'm going to do this for 6 years. Again, times 12, because there's 12 months in a year. And a loan amount is a negative thing for me, so I type in a negative sign and click on the 50,000 and enter. So what you will see here is that your answer is now 590 Rand 30 cents. I can now double check how did they get to this answer. So if I go here and I say equal, and I take my monthly payment minus my interest, these two answers are supposed to be the same. So I can double check them. This was done with a formula. This is now done by normal deduction. So I take my monthly payment minus my interest, and you will see that the answer is exactly the same. Okay, so I hope you do understand how did they get to the 590 Rand and 30 cents. It's your monthly payment minus your interest, so it gives me the principal amount. What am I actually paying without interest? Alright, let's quickly talk about quarterly, which is more or less the same. I'm going to start with equal PMT. The only difference here now is I'm talking about quarterly and not monthly. So when I go to my interest rate, instead of dividing by 12, I am now going to divide by 4, comma. For how long am I doing this? For 6 years. Again, I'm not going to times 12 because I'm now talking about quarters, and there are 4 quarters in a year. So I'm going to say times 4, comma. Again, a loan is a negative thing for me, so I type in the minus sign and I click on the 50,000. And my answer will then be 2,496 Rand and 21 cents. Let's quickly do the quarterly interest. Again, works exactly the same as the monthly interest. The only difference is I am now going to divide by 4 and not with 12. So again, I start with rate. So I take my 6%, divide by 4, comma. My period stays exactly the same, or like I said in class, type it in, comma. For how long am I doing this? For 6 years. Again, times 4, comma. This is a negative thing for me, and I click on the 50,000 and enter. And that's it.